When you're planning for your wedding, one of the most important things you need to focus on is who the vendors are that you're going to have help you bring your vision to life. This may be obvious, but it can actually be really stressful and really hard to figure out who to choose. It really needs to be more than just Googling and hoping you come up with something good. There are plenty of ways to get quality vendor referrals, including talking to other vendors, talking to friends who've had really wonderful experiences. But here are a couple of key ways that I recommend you vet your vendors to make sure that the people you're interviewing are the kind of people that you want to have around on your most important day. Number one is professionalism. That might sound obvious, but you would be amazed. And if you get any red flags that the person or the team that you're dealing with doesn't seem super professional, that's a warning sign and you need to pay attention to that. Number two is talking about themselves. If when you are interviewing them or spending time getting to know their services, if it comes back to everything they have done or all about them over and over again, especially when you're trying to say something, that's a bit of a warning sign too. It's important that we know that the vendors we work with have excellent accomplishments and that they know what they're doing, but there's a fine line between that and it's all about them mentality, and that's not the kind of thing you want around on your wedding day. Number three, play well with others. This is one that is especially important when you have vendors that are going to work with other people. Now, for somebody like your florist, for instance, this isn't as big of a deal because your florist isn't going to have crazy interactions on your wedding day necessarily. But for somebody like your hair artist or your videographer or your photographer or your wedding planner, this is a huge deal because these people are people who are going to be interacting, who could affect the timeline, who are going to have lots of moments back and forth with multiple people on your team, your guests, your parents. All of that matters. So making sure that they aren't all about themselves again and what they're doing, but also that they are able to really see the bigger vision, that it is a team effort to make sure that your wedding day vision comes off. And lastly, experience. Now, again, I understand I am one of those people who I love giving a new person an opportunity to shine and let them have their time. However, this isn't how it works in the wedding industry. When I was a new photographer, I interned under other more experienced photographers. Long before I ever held a camera in my own hands, I was carrying bags. Long before I was actually taking photos, I was holding lights. There's just a big difference on somebody's wedding day that we can't be experimenting. So making sure, especially for your essential vendors, that you're choosing vendors that have the years of experience that you know that you need to pull off an event really, really well. You have one shot on your wedding day, and it's not selfish to choose vendors that you know are going to do a great job. It's going to make your life easier and stress-free.